Alright guys, so I just climbed to Grandmaster 3 inside of the Kingdom Arena, and this is a video a lot of people have been asking for. So let me show you guys the two teams that I've currently used to climb inside of the arena. These are going to be very popular team, except for the fact that I am not going to be using Rockstar. Alright, I know a lot of people are using Rockstar right now, but I do have counters for it, and you don't have to build Rockstar if you have already built the current meta cookies. And these are the two teams right over here, and they're going to be very similar, except for the fact that one is going to use Financier and one is going to use Cream Ferret. So right now the Cream Ferret team is actually going to be a very popular team amongst the top players, as well as you can see certain Snapdragons as well. But these are the two teams that I have currently used. So let me show you guys all the toppings and details on how to build these teams so that you guys can also have success, and exactly show you guys what teams that I go up against with certain teams. Alright guys, so the first team that I have used about 90% of the time to climb to Grandmaster 3 right now is going to be Burning Spice with Pure Vanilla Awaken, Shadow Milk, Cream Ferret, and our newly added Fire Spirit cookie. So let's go into the toppings and the biscuits and the tarts and everything. So first of all, I do have, as you guys can see, 6 of the raspberry, including the tart, focusing on the attack, damage resist, as well as a bit of extra cooldown. So important for those of you guys who are lower in the stats, right? Very important to have damage resist. And as you guys can see, mine is going to be 2-star promotion for Burning Spice as well. So damage resist is going to be really important, because even though he has invincibility, he wants to be able to at least survive till at least the 1 minute mark as long as he can. Keep that invincibility, and when it matters, to pop that thing and deal more damage before he dies or even win the battle. Our biscuit is going to be standard with full damage resist bypass, because of course you just want to go and smack and deal as much damage as possible. Next one is going to be our Shadow Milk. So Shadow Milk has changed a little bit compared to before. We are now using full Swift Chocolate, and the main reason why is because, as you guys can see, we don't have Wind Archer in here anymore. All right, Wind Archer is still being used, but inside of this particular comp, no Wind Archer, no 1-second star. So we are going with the Shadow Milk cookie, 1-second star, and as much cooldown as possible to spam his skill. So for the topping, we went with extra damage resist as well as extra cooldown. And the reason why I put damage resist for my Shadow Milk, some top rankers are going to use no damage resist and just go with like extra attack and crit. The reason why I went with damage resist is because, again, my Shadow Milk, 2-star promotion as well, and I just wanted Shadow Milk to survive a little bit longer so that he is able to use his skill around that 1 minute mark and not have his second life pop so early. And then next one is going to be our biscuit with full-on damage resist bypass. Very standard for these two cookies as of right now. Next one is going to be our Pure Vanilla cookie. So Pure Vanilla has slightly changed too, and the reason why is because the season cookies has obviously changed, and I believe right now the damage resist actually has increase in the maximum. So it's 90% now is our damage resist maximum. And for someone like Pure Vanilla, who easily becomes a target of Shadow Milk cookie, having that damage resist, extra damage resist, is actually really good, especially because obviously most of these cookies are using damage resist bypass. So I do have 2 damage resist and 2 cooldown on my Pure Vanilla, with toppings focusing on damage resist and extra cooldown. Around the 15% is what we want. And then we have damage resist and some extra HP as well, and increasing the overall survivability. So I have 4 solid almond, 2 peanut. You guys can go with different ones. So if you don't have around the 15% cooldown, you might be able to switch like a peanut to the Swift Chocolate. Mixture build is okay for Pure Vanilla most of the time. Really going to depend on what your biscuit is going to be as well. Just keep in mind, as much damage resist as possible, at least 50%, and then around 15% cooldown recommended, and extra HP will definitely help out. Next one is going to be our Fire Spirit. So Fire Spirit has a little bit of a different build as well compared to what we have shown in the beginning. So as you guys can see right now, for me, I have 2 Swift Chocolate, including the tart, and 4 raspberry, and my biscuit is going to be damage resist bypass and 3 cooldown. So this is really going to depend on what your biscuit is as well. I actually took this from Shadow Milk cookie that I used before, but you guys can see right here for my topping is going to be damage resist focus, cooldown focus, and extra attack. So I got lucky with my topping tart to have 4% on my Swift Chocolate here and have an epic one. So right now my cooldown is going to be around 33.7%. getting around the 30 to 35% in between is actually really, really good, because not only does Fire Spirit have stacking abilities, but also is able to dodge some of the other damages that are going to come at him. So he does have a dodge with the dash and everything. So it's really, really good. And of course, you want to have the extra damages. Damages bypass is good, but because the fact that he does have a lot of burn effect as well, he does seem to be doing really, really well with extra cooldown and a bit of damages bypass to help out. He has a lot of built-in damages bypass as well. So it all works out in our favor here. And the next one is going to be our Cream Ferret. Mine's a little bit of a mixture build as well, but around 32 to 35% cooldown for Cream Ferret. No damages is required because Cream Ferret is automatically going to become the target of Shadow Milk Cookie. So even if you have damages, Cream Ferret is going to die automatically. You just want to have the revive come out from Pure Vanilla and then allow your cookies to gain the extra buff and extra healing. So increasing the attack after having around 32 to 35% cooldown with a full cooldown biscuit is going to help out in healing more. Next one is going to be a treasure with the vial as well as the jelly watch and the torch. The torch actually got a buff where it increases fire type damage they receive by 75%. So the torch did get a buff, royal necklace, in order to just keep your survivability up a little bit. So let me show you guys this team in action before moving on to team number 2. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be a royal necklace team. All right, and they do have pretty high ascension and awakening and everything, so let's go. So this one is gonna be a mirror matchup, except again they do have the royal necklace here, guys. So we'll see how this one turns out. We are more offensive while they are more defensive with the royal necklace. At that 1 minute mark right here though, hopefully our Shadow Milk, our Shadow Milk did not survive. Okay, it's okay though, it happens. It's kind of like a stat difference here too, but for us, having that extra torch damage definitely increases our overall damage from our Burning Spice, from our Fire Spirit. So as you guys can see, Burning Spice doing so much damage here. 20 million damage additional to the 20 million coming from the Fire Spirit. Our Cream Ferret actually did do a lot more healing too. That a little later. And Pure Vanilla difference too. Surviving just a little bit more is really going to make a difference in healing our overall cookies. So the one team that I do not like to go up against is going to be the Rockstar team with this particular comp. So I don't like to go up against Rockstar, but that is the reason why we have the second team, very similar, but switching out for a Financier to have that extra survivability, and we're switching out the torch for the insignia in order to have that extra healing and also that invincibility at the end. So if you guys look at the topping, it's going to be very simple for Financier. We are going with a full solid almond and the solid almond tart to get that extra damage resist, focus on some extra cooldown. And for me, I actually went with a very simple cooldown biscuit for Financier, and so a total of 23% cooldown. You don't need to get this much. You just need to have extra damage resist and a bit of extra cooldown, around like I would say 15 to 20. Even more is not too bad. But having that extra damage resist allows Financier to stay alive, shield our cookies as well. And then the rest of the build is going to be exactly the same as the other team. So here we go, guys. Let me show you guys this team against the Rockstar, which is honestly a counter to this. A lot of people are actually using it right now too. All right, guys, so you guys can see right here, this is going to be the golden cheese insignia, most likely going to be with the Rockstar. So here we go with the Financier team. All right, so you guys can see right over here that it is going to be the Rockstar team. Rockstar going to die. Put that encore on. Our Shadow Milk did die early, but not a problem. We have the revive. Pure Vanilla comes back, as well as we have the insignia as well at the later down the line. So here we go. Financier still alive, protecting our Fire Spirit here. And yeah, this is my counter right now that I'm using against this particular comp. All right, so there you guys go. Even the insignia popped. We still have it, and Financier is the last one standing. All right, out of all the other cookies, Financier is the one to survive. All right, so that is my counter to the Rockstar comp, which is actually really strong against the first comp that I showed you guys. But the first comp is more of a standard, so you can literally go up against anything except for that insignia Rockstar. And you'll know that by seeing a golden cheese or a burning spice single tank. All right, but you guys can see right over here, that it was our Fire Spirit doing the most damage here, and with Burning Spice and Financier kind of just tanking and being the support that she is, and not even popping the insignia, which was actually really good. All right, so that is what I use right now against the Rockstar insignia, which is actually really popular as well. Alright guys, so those are going to be the two teams right now. Of course, there's a lot of different comps. There's a Rockstar comp, there are some Elder Fairy like Wind Archer, Fire Spirit comps, like this one right over here. There's a lot, but these are the two that I've used, and these are the two that are very similar. Again, you have Cream Ferret, you have Financier, and most people have built those two cookies from previous seasons as well. So I think these two teams will definitely help out. Once the arena has settled down a little bit more and the teams have been finalized, I'll make a more compact video of all the different teams so that you guys have it. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys found the video helpful, as well as you know, if you guys were lucky enough to pull Fire Spirit and utilizing him right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.